All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a piece of tech you use every single day, but probably never think about. Well, until it breaks. We're doing an explainer on the forgotten giant in your home, your garage door.
So let me ask you a question. Just think about it for a sec. What is the largest, heaviest, and most dangerous moving machine you own? Nope, it's not the fridge. It's not the washing machine. It's something we trust completely every single day without giving it a second thought.
You guessed it, it's your garage door. This thing is a massive wall of moving parts, and understanding how it actually works isn't just a fun fact. It's actually critical for your safety and, frankly, for avoiding some seriously expensive repair bills down the road. So let's break it all down.
To really wrap your head around how this whole system works, we're going to use a really simple analogy that makes it all click. It's all about the brain versus the muscle. These are the two systems that have to be in perfect harmony for that giant door to move an inch.
Okay, so check this out. The opener, that motor humming away on your ceiling, that's the brain. It's the logic center. It gets the signal from your remote and tells the door what to do. But here's the thing. It is not built for heavy lifting. All the real power, the muscles, comes from those big springs. They're engineered to perfectly counterbalance hundreds of pounds, making the door feel almost weightless. Now, this is the crucial part. Most garage door failures happen when the muscles, the springs, get weak, forcing the brain to do a job it was never designed for. That's when you get a burned-out motor and a much, much bigger problem.
So, how can you tell if your system's muscles are actually pulling their own weight? Well, turns out there's a super simple test you can do yourself, totally safely, in like 30 seconds. It's what the pros call the 50% rule, and it's the secret to checking if your door is properly balanced.
Let me walk you through it. It's easy. First, with the door closed, you're going to pull that red emergency release handle. That disconnects the brain from the door. Step 2, you just manually lift the door until it's about halfway open. And then, step 3, this is the moment of truth. Carefully let it go and just watch what it does.
So what you just saw tells you everything. If the door just stays put, perfect, your system is balanced. If it starts to drift down to the floor, that means it's under-tensioned. The springs are getting weak. But if it shoots upward, that means it's dangerously over-tensioned. Basically, any movement at all means it's time for a professional to come take a look.
Now, even a perfectly balanced door has another enemy, and this one is sneaky. It's friction. Over time, all that dust and grime turns a nice, smooth glide into this jerky, straining motion. Believe it or not, friction is the #1 cause of system failure. It puts a ton of stress on every single part, quietly killing your door.
But the good news is, you can fight back. All it takes is a little bit of simple maintenance once a year. The key? Use the right stuff. White lithium grease. And here's a pro tip for you. Always, always clean the gunk out of the tracks before you lubricate. Otherwise, you just make a nasty sludge. And please, never, ever use WD-40 on your garage door. It actually attracts dust. Just think of it this way. This is a $10 can of grease that can prevent a $500 repair.
Okay, let's get serious for a moment and draw a very, very clear line in the sand. While you can and definitely should monitor your door, there's a huge difference between safe maintenance and a high-risk repair. This is what we call the danger zone.
This quote right here says it all. We're talking about components like the springs and the lift cables. They are under an incredible amount of tension. An insane amount of stored energy. If one of those snaps, it's not just a loud noise, it can be violent. Trying a DIY fix here isn't just risking your garage door, you are seriously risking your own safety. Don't do it.
So one of the absolute drop everything and call a pro right now warning signs. If you see smoke or smell something burning, that's electrical. Bad. Visible sparks? A dangerous short. Any grinding or banging noises mean metal is literally eating other metal. And if you look up and see the lift cables are frayed, they are about to snap. These aren't just suggestions, people. These are giant red flags that demand immediate professional attention.
Speaking of safety, things are always evolving, right? Even the laws. In California, for instance, there's a really important piece of legislation that a lot of homeowners just don't even know about. It's called SB 969. So, what is it? Put simply, SB 969 is a state law that says all new garage door opener installations have to come with a built-in battery backup. And why is that a big deal? Well, think about California's wildfire season, or any big storm. If the power goes out, your garage can literally become a trap. This law makes sure your biggest exit still works in an emergency when every single second counts. And that brings us to our final and maybe most important point today. Everything we've talked about,
The balance test, the lubrication, knowing the red flags, it's all about one thing: shifting your mindset from being reactive to being proactive.
Here's the big takeaway. A few minutes of just looking at your door once or twice a year could be the difference between a simple, cheap tune-up and a catastrophic failure. By just monitoring your door, you're investing in your home's safety and security. You're catching the small problems before they become big, expensive, and dangerous ones.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. After everything we've gone over, when was the last time you really looked at your garage door's health? Or are you just going to wait for it to fail to tell you it's time for a change? Trust me, being proactive is what keeps that forgotten giant working for you, not against you.